Welcome to the Essentially You podcast, where we explore the science of happiness and well-being to help coaches and coaching leaders bring out the best in themselves and those they serve. If you're looking for new approaches to serve your clients or looking to create a culture of positivity and well-being in your organization, join me, Mark Mathia, on a journey of discovery and inspiration. Welcome back, friends, to the Essentially You podcast. I am thrilled you joined me. My name's Coach Mark, and I'm excited today to talk to you about a subject that's been really relevant to me this past week, and it's cognitive reframing or reframing. And I'm going to give you a little psych builder exercise to use, but we're going to talk about the importance of things like resiliency and being able to reframe a few things. Now, to introduce the topic, I want to take you back a little bit, back to 2008 and the great financial crisis. Now, if we were on Zoom, I'd ask you to raise your hand if you experienced this crisis, because boy, did I ever. That was the largest financial crisis since the Great Depression, and it was horrible for me because I was an entrepreneur. And in this global economic downturn, it had significant impact on the world's economy, not just Mark Mathia's economy, but the world's. But it was caused by a number of factors. It was including the collapse of the housing market, of which I had a lot of clients in. It was risky lending practices, of which I had a lot of clients in. And the failure of several large financial institutions at that time, which were clients, all caused this huge shift in the economy, and it was a really painful time. This is where my story came in, because this was the first tear or first scar that I added as an entrepreneur. I didn't do so well getting through this, and I didn't do so well because of the lesson I'm going to teach you now. It's because I didn't know what resiliency was. I didn't know the difference at that time in 2008 and beyond as we fought through this, because I lasted multiple years, right? But as I fought through this, I didn't know when I was tired or when I was broken. And tired turns to broken if you don't address it. And so the things that we're going to talk about now are practical ways to help you keep yourself focused and ready, filled with options through every economic season and every season of your life. If you're challenged, and you will be, as coaches and coaching leaders, you'll either work with people who are challenged or you'll be challenged. First, let's talk about resiliency. That's the ability to bounce back from adversity, to adapt and recover from difficult situations. It's critical for coaches and coaching leaders to have. It's so important because it allows us to navigate challenges and setbacks with strength and determination, which leads to motivation, which leads to momentum. All that comes together. So the key here is that as leaders, we need to create options to help make us lead better. And resiliency and perspective helps us get that done because we can find multiple paths forward rather than getting stuck or trapped or frozen by fear. By exploring different options, we can find new innovative solutions to big-time problems, and it helps us remain flexible and adaptable in the face of change. That means it's not over. It's just changing. And this in turn helps us to build up greater levels of resiliency and maintain a positive outlook, even when we're facing tough challenges. Okay, let's talk about a reframing technique I want to share with you and get into our psych builder. It has to do with a couple of different things. The first one is just a way to kind of build empathy and build resiliency. So here's what I want you to do. This is your psych builder lesson. I want you to look at a situation that you're recently going through. Perhaps it's with a person. All right. And it's a challenging situation. You're not seeing eye to eye. Here's what I want you to do. First, I want you to consider your own feelings. I want you to consider your feelings, your emotions, your motivations, what's in it for you. Why does it feel so bad? And I want you to list those out. Write them out if you can. Second, I want you to shake that off. And then I want you to do the hard part. I want you to step into the shoes of the other person. Now, I mean literally step in. Don't give me your judgment of what they're thinking. I want you to step in and be as if you are them and feel their feels, feel their emotions, look at their motivations. What are they seeing? How are they interpreting this? And then, again, shake that off. I want you to come back, and this is an easy one. I want you to act like you're in a movie theater. And I want you to disassociate from the whole situation. Put your feelings aside and watch it play out on a big screen. But pay particular attention to what you notice in the interaction between the two people. What's going on? What's holding them back? What's working well? What could have happened? What didn't happen? All those questions, I want you to think about it. Friends, that's a technique that you can use to help reframe a situation. By going through that, it helps you raise your empathy level. It'll build some resiliency level. But at the end of the day, coaching leaders, it gives you options to make better decisions. Okay, so that's the psych builder and the restructuring technique I want to have. Now, I'm going to give you another one really quick. Positive visualization. So I want you to picture this tough situation that you're in, and I want you to ask yourself this question: what's the best possible outcome? And then I want you to visualize it in your mind. If the best possible outcome happens, meaning if it's this tension between two people, we get together, we become best friends, our relationship grows, trust grows, and we rock the world, blah, blah, blah. I want you to think about that, and then I want you to visualize it. And I want you to visualize it in a way that you hear things, you smell things, you taste things, you see things, use all your senses so that you really incorporate that visualization and then go out and work towards that. Okay, these techniques work. I've been using them my whole life, whether it was in competitive sports or business. And I'll tell you what, in 2008, when that great second depression hit us, I didn't have it and I paid a price. I don't want you ever, coaches or your clients, to have to go through that. Okay, so reframing is a powerful tool for leaders. And what we're trying to do is gain new perspectives, grow our empathy, and give ourselves more options at the end of the day. The technique, the psych builder that I talked to you about, is just one way to do that. Now, these are some additional practical tips that you can do to help you get through hard times. Okay, use that cognitive restructuring and challenge negative thoughts. And when you have negative thoughts coming up, what I want you to do is not forget them. Some of them are real. Some of them are like, warning, Mark, you're about to do something stupid. Don't do it. But I want you to put them aside, and I want you to add some positivity to it. So, for example, I was sick this week. Well, the bad news was I didn't get to go into the office and work and do that. I was starting to get down and a little blue. But when I then thought what I did have, I recognized something. I had some time to put some focused effort on a few projects that were lagging. And I did it. And I came out ahead at the end of the day because I was able to restructure that negative challenge into something positive. Okay, practice that positive visualization technique I showed you about. Here's another one. How about just that second positioner seeing things from a different angle? You know, when you go into the positions, that psych builder I told you, what we're doing is changing the angle of your thinking. And by the way, we're taking you out of your emotional center and putting you into your cognitive center, your logical thinking center. And that in and of itself is a big deal when it comes to getting through crisis. And then build this empathy. There's a lot of leaders who just simply don't have high empathy. I'm one of them. So by practicing what they must think and really letting go of your feelings and getting into their feelings, that helps. And then always explore different options. Options help us as leaders remain flexible and vibrant in the face of any challenge. And as a coach, these are some tips you want to bring to your clients because it will really help them. Look, remember this, that no matter what challenges we face at work, there's always a positive way to get through it. And by using techniques that we discussed in this episode, such as reframing, cognitive restructuring, positive visualization, gaining and growing our empathy, and adding options, these tools will help us navigate even the most difficult situations with strength and determination. And that will build our resiliency. So take heart, friends. And know this, that we can overcome just about any obstacle and emerge even stronger on the other side if we just take the time to think it through and apply these simple techniques that I offered you. Now, until we talk again, I want you to go out there, give this a try. Try that psych builder, lead well, and help others. Have a great day. All right, until we talk again, let's get out there and make things happen. And now it's your turn to get out there and thrive in life. If you've liked what you've learned, would you consider subscribing to this podcast and leaving a review? I'd really appreciate it. And if you have anything you would like addressed, you can reach out to me, Mark Mathia, at mark@markmathia.com. And until next week, I'm cheering for you.